ready.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling.
Oh, shit.
Mics are hot, and so are you.
Oh, God, I'm sweating because that's how I know.
It's not that bad. It was like 6 degrees cooler.
It actually, I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I did a bunch of workout in the backyard last night because I was sweating like crazy.
Yeah, yesterday was
And then I walk out to leave to come here, and I'm like, at least it's nice tonight, and I'm on the podcast.
Yeah, I can see.
There's a little breeze. Yeah.
That's nice.
Welcome to Sad Dad's Club podcast, episode
49.
49, yes.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
Well, I can't count.
That's how rough of a day it's
If we
been.
had notes.
If only.
The notes were good for at least making sure that we had the episode number right.
Yeah. Well, I've heard other podcasts where like, I don't know, it's whatever. They don't even count anymore.
Yeah.
At some point, you just give up. And I think if it's over 100, you're just like, I don't care. Whatever.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Jim.
I'm the Foo.
And we're asshole production crew.
Clueless because
Short today.
college ramifications.
Yeah, college. I mean, like that's important or something.
Will he be late, or is he's got class all the way till we're done?
I'm not sure when he gets done. I think it's like 8 or something. I don't remember.
Is he all week or? No, yeah, that's right. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Something like that.
Is he?
I don't know. His schedule's written down somewhere at home.
Is it a full course load?
Yes. Although, he has this. It's funny he was upset last night because he's not really paying much attention to things, apparently. And he got an email about it, but he didn't pay attention to that.
Ooh.
But he's taking an online course, but the instructor wanted to have a meetup on the first day of school, which was Monday. And he didn't go because he didn't bother to read his email or check the whatever system they have that you log in, that you get messages from your teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't bother to log into that or didn't know that he was supposed to, he claims. So he was worried that he was going to get dropped because he didn't show up for the meet.
Right.
But he's like, why would you ever have a online class that you have to have a meetup? It's an online class. And he's like, and he's asking me, would you ever expect? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have online classes when I was in college.
I work in QA, not as a teacher.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm the wrong person to ask.
Nor am I a student.
Yeah. Nor
am
I a student.
So he was pretty upset about that, but I was kind of like, sorry, man. I mean, you're the student, not me.
Yeah. I just saw something too about if you're in the California's free tuition for 2 years at a community college.
Oh,
so if you have to be a new student.
Yep.
First shot. I'm like, oh man, I totally would have taken advantage of that.
I think wasn't that for this semester now, this coming year?
I didn't see. I saw that it was in effect, but I don't know if it was a particular semester or not.
I want to say it probably started this calendar school year.
Well, yeah, because when I talked to my sister, I think she said that my nephew was taking advantage of it, but I didn't know.
Is he a freshman?
Yeah, he graduated.
Both of my kids missed it then.
Yeah.
I mean, Melly was a freshman last year.
Yeah.
So even if
she didn't go to community.
No, even if she had, she would have missed it.
I'm like, if that carries through, that's awesome. Like, how is that not a good deal? I'm sure they're pulling it from fucking taxes anyway.
You know what? It's probably all the surplus dough from the gas tax. They're like, what are we going to do with this?
Well, we could fix the roads, or we could give everyone free welding classes.
Yeah.
They're like, fucking, I like where your head's
free
at.
welding classes, yeah.
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Actually, that's a trade that I'm interested in learning how to do welding, actually.
My dad has tried to get me to do that.
And you just had found no interest in it?
No, fuck. That's one of those things.
Why don't you just take a class at Sierra or something? It's not going to cost you that much.
Timing. The timing is hard to dial in. And Sierra and ARC both have really good programs. So as someone that dad schedules and work and if I'm it's a trade that I feel is important, and I wouldn't want to necessarily pay to take up a spot where I couldn't give it all and take up a spot of someone that could probably use it as an actual career trade skill.
Well, I mean, I took C programming courses at Sierra.
Yeah.
And
how's that working out?
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm a computer engineer or anything.
Right. Well, yeah.
I'm you know what I mean. But I wanted to learn code and understand how it worked and that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
I did okay in the classes, but I took them at night after work.
Yeah.
You know.
I would do welding in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff I have inherited a lot of stuff from my dad. And
those hangers.
The hangers. We totally. Yeah. And we have two huge tanks.
You put your shirts on these.
Yeah. Yeah, you just burn it. It's good.
You can weld right through them.
And that's where the letter, Oh, yeah, it's hot and sparks. The hangers won't protect you. But it's one of those calming things.
Yeah.
It's like woodworking or building stuff in the cars.
I would rather weld shit, I think, than woodwork. Although, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter.
It's hard, and I
think woodworking is
it's
really
it's hard. It's tedious,
really technical,
and it's like the melding of metals and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just like I enjoy it.
Hey, you got to do stuff for you sometimes. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, but I've got all this other shit. It's like I've got a whole bunch of stuff on deck that would be really cool for me.
Like what?
Well, I've already got all this fucking wood here.
Well, now you just need a bunch of scrap metal.
Yeah, and and a
I have a buddy who was my best man at my wedding, and he lives up in Grass Valley and started a business up there called Brew Built. He didn't know shit about welding when I knew him, and I guess he was sort of trying to figure out shit.
Yeah.
And ended up in Santa Cruz. Got a job in Santa Cruz at a metal shop, just sweeping floors, and over time got taught how to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Became really good at working with aluminum and stainless steel.
Yeah.
And now he has a company called Brew Built up in Grass Valley. They make brewing equipment for like small, medium-size brewing houses.
Like microbrew?
Yeah.
Brewers?
Exactly.
Well,
but the
hotness.
stuff...
Yeah, that's a niche thing right now, too.
Oh, my gosh. The stuff is gorgeous. They're booked out for months. They were featured on a TV commercial series from River City Bank. Another buddy of mine, Crassy Steve, hashtag Hey Crassy, he's into brewing beer, him and another coworker that has retired. And so I got him and them hooked up with Jeff. Now, Jeff's stuff is more expensive than what they're looking to do because they're just kind of starting out. But he kind of pointed them in the right direction on what equipment they should look to buy.
Right.
So they did. So now they're making their own beer. And so that's kind of fun. I mean, and man, the stuff they make is like you don't have a Facebook account.
No.
I'll have to pull it up later and show you. The stuff is front and center gorgeous stuff. Like you would be... You ever been to the Auburn Ale House and they have that big glass window?
No.
With all they have a big glass window where on the other side is all the brewing equipment. And it's like front and center stuff. Like the stuff's pretty.
Right. It's there for display.
Yeah, as well as functionality.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how Jeff's stuff is. It's gorgeous and it's super meticulous work.
Yeah.
And very impressive. But he built this company just out of learning how to weld at a shop that he started sweeping floors
and
at.
That's one of those trades, I think, that it's hands-on, less book smarts kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're going to learn more by doing than you will in...
Yeah.
Getting,
well, you need someone who's willing to be patient with you.
Right. The whole journeyman apprentice kind of thing.
Yeah.
The trades, I just enjoy... It's like blacksmithing in general. Like I'll go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, you will you?
Oh, a rabbit hole on YouTube watching like Scandinavian like blacksmithing videos, just like
Yeah.
yeah. So to hear that people are making decent money or certainly a comfortable livelihood in something that's hands-on is good to know.
Well, that's the same thing I was talking about when I sent you that message about the dustless blasting.
Oh yeah.
Like those guys bill out like $300 an hour to do that.
So where'd you get that? Like
well, one of the feeds at work, one of the video feeds is on MSNBC, so it's like the local sports stuff.
Okay.
So like today they had Sonoma Raceway with the bikes.
Oh, okay.
And they have this advertising from them on there, and I was like, oh gosh, that is cool. I would love to work for myself and just like, using a pressure washer at home.
Yeah.
I could do that I could just find shit around the house to pressure wash all the time. Yeah. A fence. Fuck. I'll spend an hour just fucking spraying the fence and making it go from brown and,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, you can get paid to do that for other people? Like, what? You know what I mean? It's like a whole business.
So when I saw the video where they were, because it's got glass, micro pieces of glass.
It's either glass or they use a specific type of sand.
So do they like? Oh yeah, those are pretty.
That's the brew-built shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's pretty.
But the that dustless blasting, it uses pressurized water and in the water it mixes in the media, which is sand or like glass or whatever, and then so it's dustless because there's water in it.
Right. But do they have to clean up the?
I don't know.
Particulates.
Maybe
was what I was wondering about, or they just like leave in the gutter.
That I don't know.
Like a puddle of.
It doesn't talk about that. Maybe that's the shitty part of the job.
Rusted.
Is you gotta.
There's a whole big old thing on how to build your own, like, because it's hot in automotive when you're restoring a car to like blast off.
Yeah, that's part
rust,
of the ad.
But there's a lot of DIYs on how to make a small hood with like a a really shop vac routed the other way with sand or something.
Well, I think the cool part about it is that, in theory, I think you can do regular sandblasting, but this is a dustless setup, which everybody would rather have.
Right.
But they show them like blasting graffiti off of a building, or like a crappy rusty water spot thing on the side of a wall, and they'll like blast that off. I mean, just really cathartic kind of things. Like at one point, they're just like, or even cleaning someone's patio, and the guy's just sitting there like over like a laid brick patio, just cleaning it. I mean, or doing a car,
or Sean's mom.
yeah. Well, yeah. So, but I mean, I always thought, man, that would be just like that's an opportunity to like have your own business. And if you could get it,
did they say how much the trailer was?
No, they don't. You have to like send
it
in. But I found one used for like $39,000, so they're pretty expensive. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. And then you have to have a truck to tow it around with.
Right.
Yeah. But that's all business at that point, right?
Right. Then you're an entrepreneur.
You're
getting some sort of loan to cover all of that stuff, I'm sure.
And everything's a write-off now, right?
Well,
you go buy a boat, and then you take it to the lake, and you write it off because you're using your truck.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Had to buy gas for the boat. That's a write-off, right? I was towing it with my truck.
Do we have those deductions anymore?
I think for businesses they do.
Oh, for
individuals getting fucked. No,
I slap my corporate logo on the side of my recreational boat, and so I'm good to go.
You just slap it on the RS like a magnet.
Yeah, it's an advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
That's my.
This is my business.
Yeah. Corporate vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, Foo Incorporated.
Yeah. It's advertising.
It's funny because we were talking about this, and like the people that own the studio, I was like, man, you guys should be like, anytime you go to Disneyland, because they go to Disneyland a ton for a part of it's for the studio. I'm like,
oh, the dance studio?
Yeah.
For Millie?
Yeah. Anytime you guys go to the studio and they're staying at the Grand Californian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like all that's covered that's business expense stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tickets to the park. Well, I got to buy tickets to the park because we have to be in there.
Yeah.
That's all a business expense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, if you were only like an associate or a subcontractor for the dance studio, then you could have written off that.
I know. And here we are just idiot.
God damn it, Shan.
Yeah.
You should have been on that subcontractor for the dance studio so you could have written off the...
Yeah, we're just dumb people like working.
Shan Dances LLC.
There we go. But, fun stuff. Anyway, I don't know. So, what else do you got? Would you do anything good this weekend? Because I have a funny story.
I have a really good consumer story and an embarrassing story. So, Saturday...
Which one is this?
This is the embarrassing one.
Oh, do you want to start out with that?
Yes, because they tie together.
Oh, okay.
They do, they intertwine.
All right.
So Saturday, I'm on week 4 of marathon training.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
Yeah, well, totally. You're a fit motherfucker.
I know, right?
So Saturday was
in these pants barely
6-mile run. And Venus has her own schedule too, so she had a run, an interval training she took Piper to, also in the morning. So, but I go my own way. I'm doing my own routes.
Doesn't sound like you at all.
Friday, where'd we go? I think we went to Jack's. So we had good dinner at Jack's. I prefer to run early in the morning because I don't want to run into children or all the dog walkers because there's just apparently there's a lot. So Saturday comes around, 5:30, wake up, start heading out for my 6-mile run. I get about 2 miles out.
Okay.
And I get the mud butt gurgle.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, and it was, oh man, I totally should have gone before I left. But whatever. I'll press through it. No big deal.
I love the description. Mud butt gurgle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You fucking the bear in the toilet, so you know exactly what's happening. And I'm sure everyone else is like, and you're like,
no.
I probably shouldn't fart. So you
don't take the gamble.
Yeah, you don't gamble.
Yeah.
Was a side story. So when I was relaying this to Venus, I'm like, and I said the whole fart thing. I'm like, yeah, because normally when I'm on a run and you're bouncing around, it's like fucking, I'll crop dust all the way down these sidewalks. I have zero fucks. There's no one else out here.
It's too bad, you're not killing mosquitoes.
Right. That would be handy.
I know.
Anyway, so I'm like, fucking normally I'll just crop dust. And Piper's like laughing like she gets it. She probably does the same, but we won't embarrass the lady. And Venus looks at me like, no, I don't do that.
What the heck?
How do you not have gas when you run?
And how does it not jiggle out?
Yeah. I take a step from a curb to the street or something and I get like a freep and it's just like... Moving along. Anyway, so at that point, about 2 miles out, I realized crop dusting is off the table.
Oh, yeah. Now you got to hold it all in.
So as I get closer to 3 miles, because my route is 6, I have to do 6. So I'm running out Wood Creek.
You're not even to halfway yet.
And it's early, and like the gurgles have started to, the closer I got to like 2.5, the gurgles had started in frequency.
And don't you think also, like, now that it's in your mind, it's like the rest of your body's like, hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
This is going to get worse for you now.
You're
aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then now it's going to get worse.
It's worse. So Yeah. So it's in my head.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, well, I can get, I've had to go before, and it's no big deal. It's 6 miles.
Yeah.
I can make it. I'll be fine.
I think.
But it started to cascade.
Oh, no.
It was like, it was not like, but I'm going to embarrass myself, like contractions. It started to get like closer and closer together, and I went.
And is it multiplying as it's?
Yeah, it's getting like progressively harder to like, and like my. So I'm using this new app that matches like the song speed to your actual foot cadence.
Okay.
So it speeds up and slows relative to your speed. So every
Okay.
time I would get like I'd get. It was as yeah. So then it's like, well, no, now I know I'm slowing down. So
Oh, no.
I'm getting further and further out
I'm afraid of what's happening.
of my options because in thinking that I could make it all the way around the out and back, I've now now I'm so far out that I can't go back because it's still so early that nothing is I'm sure probably Starbucks was open, but the Rayleigh's right here would not have been. So I would have come all the way back and probably not made it back to the house and still be left with on the side of the road on a sidewalk on Wood Creek, like shitting myself. So I'm like,
what about Mahaney?
it still probably would have been too. I mean, it's still the same direction, and I don't think the doors they lock the
they do?
Ranger does the thing, and it was still so early. I mean, it wasn't like 10; it was like 5 to 6 a.m.
Geez.
So I make the command decision to run through it, thinking that by the time it got too bad, I would be at Sun City, Roseville.
Roseville, yeah.
I would make it to the clubhouse.
Or minimally just in the pond.
I would make it close.
Okay.
And the prior week, when I ran past it on a long run, I could smell waffles and pancakes.
Oh, no.
So I figured they're
They're up.
open because they're making breakfast for all the retirees. So that's my plan. I am now going to go all the way around the horn and make it as best as I can to the Sun City.
That's
Roseville.
a long haul down that street, too.
Yes.
Even when you're in a car, you're
Yes.
like, oh, this is way longer than I remember.
So I make it all the way out to Veterans Park to Blue Oaks, and I start making the turn. And I'm getting less instances, but more
Force.
fucking body contraction. Like,
It's coming, bitch!
oh,
It's crowding!
yeah, oh, here it comes. And, and luckily it's still so early that there's not a lot of cars.
Okay.
But I'm sure if I had, anyway. So it's hurting.
Yeah.
It's starting to hurt.
Yeah.
And the closer I get to the clubhouse, it's like the mind thing where like the body's like, well, we're close, so here's another one. And I'm like,
The closer you get, the worse it gets, too.
It was totally like the Dumb and Dumber Jeff Daniels, like as he's trying to like make it to the toilet. Yes.
Yeah.
And as I get into the parking lot at the clubhouse, I'm like, fucking be open. Fucking be open. And I am almost to the car pull-through area, like the valet thing that they've got there.
Yeah.
And I have what was probably like just short of drop me to my knees.
Oh,
like,
no.
And I went, I am going to shit myself in front of every retiree that's here for breakfast. And then I'm going to have to walk in.
How are the waffles?
You like waffles? Gah. and it like it passes. I'm hoping it passes. And I get to the door and I get and I went, no, shit, fuck me.
You gambled and lost.
I've chosen poorly this day. And for whatever reason, I think my body just went, well, fuck you then. And I didn't get a single cramp all the rest of the way.
What?
It went away. But then I had to run all the way around the horn thinking, you know, I came all the way down Pleasant Grove
Yeah.
because I came out Sun City like. Well, okay. So option 2 is, you know,
where's the bushes?
If it comes back, I shoot for Starbucks, and I absolutely embarrass myself in a Starbucks bathroom and completely wreck it for the barista.
Provided no one's in there.
Right.
And it's locked or some shit.
Yeah. Like, tall latte, fuck. You know, kind of thing.
Oh, no.
But nothing. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing.
That's weird.
Made it all the way back and destroyed my own toilet. But, you know,
Wow, 6 miles with a gurgling tummy?
And then what ended up being was 7 because I ran longer because I didn't go out and back. So then I took a picture of my route and I sent it to Venus, and she's like,
glad you finished that sentence with the route.
Yeah, the route. And she's thinking, "Oh, great, overachiever." And it wasn't until later when I tried to explain, I didn't do it. I didn't do 7 because I was like, "I'm going to do 7 and fuck these 6 miles."
Yeah.
I did 7 because I had to poop bad, and that was my option. I'm like, "Well, now I'm just dealing with it, and here it goes." So when I was trying out this app that does the cadence matching,
yeah, what's it called?
Weave.
Okay.
WEAV. A really slick application. It's for the iPhone, so I had to use a different phone, but I still use my watch. Anyway, so it does the cadence matching. It has some data metrics, but not everything that I was used to on my Garmin Connect, which I found out is available on iOS anyway.
Of course it is.
Anyway, but it was $60 a year.
For Weave?
Yes. And it would have required like changing like my whole app stuff. It would have been a net $60 over the things that I pay for.
Yeah.
I had no problems with the application itself. It worked flawlessly. I thought, however, they were doing the synchronizing of my foot cadence and speeding and slowing the beat was flawless. And it wasn't jarring outside me having to poop and like getting a cramp and hearing the beat. Like, so you can tell audibly, like, you're slowing down, you're fucking this one up.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
So it takes your songs, and then it downloads them, and it does whatever their application developer magic is, and it creates, like, maybe 40-second samples of each of your own iTunes, iCloud songs, and then puts some sort of like bass track on it that it can speed up that doesn't make the song itself sound weird.
Okay.
And then it has like the transitions between the songs are all very fluid. It's not like normally I'm listening to Google Play and it's like you hit the end of a track and it you know, you start new, the whole intro. This was like a very seamless blend between their song samples. Really good. But, you know, again, I pay for a Google Play membership. The Garmin stuff at the time, I didn't know that it was also on iOS. But I'm already paying for a product, and I'm getting fine service with it.
Yeah.
It was handy. But I don't need another one where I would be checking all 3 anyway.
Right.
So I uninstalled it Sunday. Monday, I got like a hi from like some sales rep. And it was like, saw that you had...
email?
Yeah, in an email.
Okay.
It was, saw you uninstalled or were no longer interested. And at the end, when I uninstalled it, like, what's your... like a survey question, like why? And I just put too expensive. It was like real short at the time. It applied, but there was no context. But I just put too expensive. Thought nothing of it. Monday, I get an email from like a sales rep, and it was like, saw that you had put too expensive. You know, what'd you think? You know, just asking like a review. I'm like, I tell you what, you know, and I put a good 20 to 30 minutes and like into a reply. I'm like, this is where I'm coming from, so you know my review. This is where I'm talking from. I said these are the things I have. we're a 2-income household. These are the things I'm paying for. This is what I liked about your app. I didn't have any real complaints outside. I couldn't justify a yearly membership of $60.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and thinking of it. This morning I got a reply from the same guy. Thank you for the time it took for the in-depth review. And then he had like a limited time, we appreciate your feedback. Here's a 33% off something of the app, but it was like, it's good for 2 days.
Huh.
And while I appreciate that, I thought, this is customer service. Yeah. It's still an extra net cost that I can't reasonably justify, but I appreciated.
So $40 or roughly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
$39.
It was like, oh man, I appreciate that. And it was good. I hope they took the feedback. I'm like, I have no complaints about the application.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I respect the amount of time and effort that went into it from a developer standpoint. Because as a nerd, I'm like, I don't know how they're pulling this off, but it was flawless. I have no complaints.
Interesting.
If they had the amount of guts and gore data analytics that the Garmin app has inside that app too, it'd have been a no-brainer. Then it would have just been a one-app solution for me.
Yeah.
If it would have been that, I would have done it, because then I could have it would have been, the ease of use would have made up for the cost.
Yeah.
Because it would have saved me time.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have had to check Garmin stats and the Net New app and pay extra cost.
Right.
It was just really good experience.
Huh.
Yeah.
So is that the follow-up?
That was follow-up.
That was the follow-up story to the embarrassing story?
That was the second end.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
All right. I had a time where I had that happen to me, though.
Good customer. Oh, poop?
Yeah. So we were on a... I don't think I've ever really told anybody this story. So funny that I'm just going to talk about it on
Let's
a podcast.
Go.
We were Chandler was in Boy Scouts, and we were on a hike, on a weekend hike thing at Point Reyes.
Yeah.
And we get there Friday, and we hike to our first place, and then the next morning we get up and pack up, and then we're hiking. And I remember the hike was great in the morning, going down the coast. It was nice and cool. And then it was like the trail literally just did like a left turn and went up the hill. And I started going up this hill, and I'm not a big hiker in general, and I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah.
So I'm going up this hill, and I'm struggling with this hill, and I'm stopping. I'm getting overheated. And at some point, I'm like the last guy. Right, I'm the last one, and no one's behind me from our group. Everyone's ahead, and I'm kind of stressing about how hot it is, because it got really hot, and I'm climbing up like a mile straight of uphill shit.
Okay,
and at one point, all of a sudden, I got that gurgle thing, and I'm like, there's nothing anywhere,
right,
and I'm already in a bad place. So I literally took about 5 or 6 steps off the side of the trail and just had to
blast it
right there. It was the worst.
Yeah.
It was because the whole time I'm just waiting for someone to come down the trail either way, and just, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Literally, wow.
Yeah, it was brutal. That was rough.
Was it relative to food that you had the night before?
I don't know. Maybe stress. You know,
we had attributed mine to because I had one of their Jax's big ass salads.
Oh,
so having not vacated before I went running, and having had a huge salad,
liquidy salad.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, yes.
That's a funny story. I like that story.
That was yeah.
But yeah, so I've had a similar thing, but I actually had to
you had to
let it go in the woods, because there was nowhere else to go, and I wasn't anywhere close to a bathroom anywhere.
Did you have a pack? It was for,
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like
so you had
I had a backpack pack. Yeah, I had something, and it was like, let it go and get yourself cleaned up as quick as you can, and just move on, and don't look back.
Listen to the trail we come back on the way down, is it? Wow, check out all that bear shit. That's weird.
With toilet paper on top
God,
of
those are some sophisticated bears.
Yeah.
That's how they get in those lockers.
Like I said, it started out great. It was nice and cool in the morning, walking down the coast. It's like the ocean's on one, literally like the ocean's right there. And then the trail does this fucking 90-degree turn left up straight up the damn hill. And it got hot. Like you get like a couple 100 yards up the hill, it just got fucking hot.
Yeah.
And it just started destroying me. And then I think I got stressed.
Yeah.
My stomach turned. And then after that, it was just like,
nope.
Yeah. Like we were trying to hike up this mile and a half long trail up the side of this mountain.
Yeah.
And
who's ready to party?
Yeah.
Your asshole.
And you're like, oh, no, not now. And it was like, well, this spot looks like it could be promising. Let me take a few steps up there and kind of hide behind the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard.
And it's awkward, too, because I'm running. So
yes.
I'm already sweaty.
Yes.
And I can't tell if things are mushy because I just got sweat down the crack of my ass.
You know what?
Or if one of the peekers and gurgles
pushed out something.
Yeah.
Tony and I used to always laugh about how you would be doing something where you weren't really that sweaty, but you had like a stomach thing, and then you get into the bathroom and you get down, and then as soon as you sit down and stuff starts moving, just whoosh, the sweat just comes, and you're just sitting there on the toilet sweating.
Like a flop sweat.
Oh God, that was I mean, I have had that recently because you've been outside working and you go in, you got to use the bathroom, and just so you're doing that plus you're sweating. The worst.
Daddy's having a hard time.
Yeah. There was no conversation that Tony and I wouldn't approach back in the day, so that was funny. We used to talk about that and laugh about it.
Yeah. We had a really good roll as far as laughs about me retelling the story about how I almost crapped myself.
I'm surprised you're telling that on the podcast, to be honest.
It was funny as...
Well, it is. I had tears in my eyes when you were telling it.
It was,
Yeah, that's funny.
It had... God, normally I've got iron stomach.
It happens to everybody.
But the salad and going straight into a run,
plus the salmonella you probably ate.
Yeah, it just like pushes.
I'll have a
down
salad with salmonella dressing.
Yeah, because 4 weeks in, I just get up and run.
Yeah,
like I'll get almost like half a mile out. And I'm still like
crusty-eyed,
trying to find my pace, and like I can't focus on my watch, kind of thing.
Oh my gosh!
So to get out,
and have that going on,
yeah.
Oh god!
It was just like, I'll make it. This is no big deal.
And then,
yeah. Whoa, that's weird. Anyway, and then too, the whole thing it's 6 miles.
Yeah.
So it's like if I slow down.
Oh yeah,
and that was funny too. So I looked at the lap times. My fastest mile
was the last
was the one going into the clubhouse.
Oh really?
Most everything was like high tens ish, 1040 whatnots. But from Veterans Park. Coming in that entrance, the far entrance at Blue Oaks, into Sun City, I hit a 10-minute fucking mile. I was just like, God. Nope, got to make that fucking clubhouse. And I wasn't even.
I was not even. You were coming.
Yeah, I could give two shits about what my pace was. It was just like, right
not
now,
shitting myself.
Priority is no crop dusting. And get to the clubhouse as fast as possible.
Well, that's really weird that it just like. You got there and like, and then gone.
And it was gone.
That's bizarre.
And, at that point,
never happened
it's
to me.
Closer to 7-ish, and the blue hairs start coming out, and everyone with that, I like made like a Shih Tzu joke to a guy that had like a whole bunch of them. It's like a Shih Tzu. But it had completely just gone away.
Yeah.
And I went,
You're all speaking of Shih Tzus.
Yeah,
what's up with
I'm like, I was waiting. As soon as I got to Pleasant Grove, I'm like,
it's coming.
Any
second.
Something really bad is going to happen because the one right in front of the clubhouse, like just short of like
explosion.
This is not going to go well.
Well, you see the pictures of dudes who are doing marathons where they have just the run, they're in the race and they just shit.
Yeah.
And that just would be fucking awful.
Yeah.
That would be
yeah.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
I was telling the kids, like, once I got closer within eyeballs of the clubhouse and I was having a couple of them, I'm like, I'm looking in some of these like houses at seeing some of the early birds, and I'm like, you damn sure it crossed my mind to like if I see some old dude reading a book, a Lewis and Moore book or some shit, bathroom? You damn Skippy, I'd be like on that porch going, listen, I'm 44 fucking years old, and if you don't let me in, I'm going to shit myself on your welcome mat.
Please let me destroy your bathroom.
Please. I'll come back with $20 and a bucket of fucking cleaning supplies. And you can just stay out of there for 20 minutes or something. But this is not going to go well. And you think your neighbor is bad with this Cocker Spaniel, buddy.
It's nothing compared to what I'm going to do to your porch.
I'm going to wreck your porch, bro. It's not going to be pleasant.
That's
but
funny.
yeah, it was like the things that crossed my mind. Like I could not make it to that hedge in time. Oh no! But that light's on. Oh,
were you looking for alternative places? Like, because that's what I was doing on the hike. Like, if I just go up here, I can.
I straight up was like looking at hedges and walls, and then I'm like, well, fuck it. And the closer you get to the clubhouse, obviously, it's a golf course. So I'm like, there's nowhere to go.
No.
I'd end up out on a fucking tee box, and everyone would see.
And now teeing off.
Yeah, now teeing off. Fucking what?
The Shatmaster Party of One.
Oh, I'm just filling in a divot.
Filling in a divot.
God.
Sorry, I just ruined your fucking tee box.
Yeah. Wow. It just hit from the ladies' tees.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Something happened to my Mac. It won't boot up.
Is it an update?
No, it wouldn't update. Because it doesn't have enough room on it.
Oh.
And now it's dark.
It's hosed, eh?
Oh, it came back. That's weird.
The light's on, the Apple.
I know, it just came up.
Oh.
So that's funny shit, man. Thanks for that. I needed that laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I had pretty much like had a decompression weekend after the previous weekend was just a fucking shit show. So this last weekend we pretty much did most of nothing.
Yeah,
I did we did some stuff here and there, but yeah, it was.
Have you thought about? So is she gonna be okay as far as not having a car when she thought she was gonna have one?
It's kind of funny because last night my wife said to me, "Melly hasn't said one word about missing her car." So I thought that was interesting, and it's probably because she's probably not going to be a big hurry to like drive, but she's coming home this weekend.
Oh,
yeah, she's flying home Thursday night.
Oh, because it's
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Yeah. So she's coming home Thursday, and so we'll try and I think we'll probably make her drive the CRV or something. You know what I mean?
One of those like Top Gun things, like get her back in the air.
Well, even the CHP guy was like, "You need to get her driving as soon as possible." It's like, yeah, I know, but she's going to be at school. Yeah, and she won't have a car down there.
Yeah.
And so, but we were talking about also surprising her with a car. Hannah, right?
Yeah.
But then the more I thought about it, like, I mean, we gave her that car.
Yeah.
So the money that came out of that car is her money, right?
Yeah.
So really, she should have a hand in what is purchased.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're going to end up doing, and I think we're going to go look at a car this weekend that is the in-laws know somebody that's looking to sell
Something.
Ford Focus.
Yeah. Good car.
It's an older one.
Oh.
But it only has 40,000 miles on it.
How old is it?
It's a 07, I think.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to say the California average is 20,000 plus a year.
Really?
Yeah.
That many?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like 10 or 12.
I think California is fucking stupid high.
Oh. Well, if she is, it's one of those things where it's like, we could have just gone and bought that car for her, and then here's your car, but she may not even like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she also made some comment to my wife about, I want another Honda. And it's like, yeah, I get that.
I would have a hard time, once
Yeah.
you have that experience and
Yeah.
The
problem with Hondas is they retain their value so well. Is that finding a decent Honda that's not tons of miles or beat up or, something like that is going to be a little bit difficult. But, I got friends in the car industry. I might
I think it's
ping somebody.
you'd probably not like a CarMax, but
Not for how much money she has to spend.
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably, I don't think they carry that many cars at that price point. So, but we'll see. We're not in a hurry. She's probably not in a hurry. But it is what it is.
Are you gonna do something for the weekend?
Everybody's doing
barbecue.
No. You mean like?
Because it's 3 days.
It's a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, this one's sneaking up on me because I work Saturday, but I hadn't thought about. I'm like, oh, fucking Labor Day.
Yeah,
it's the 2nd, Monday, whatever. Yeah, I think it's the 2nd.
Is it already? Damn.
Well, not today, but I think
No, that's what I mean.
September.
Wow. Okay.
2nd.
Well, I don't think we have any specific plans. But we'll see.
You don't have a dry age something
brewing in the fridge? No. We were just talking about that. That went awry, but I was like, I got to figure out something else. So I got to, find something else to dry age. Again.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
not
saw some guy.
Maybe not a giant brisket again, but something else.
I think it was. We probably both follow his channel. He's like a very heavy-set guy.
Guga Foods.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. He seems to be hot
Do
on...
it.
Yeah. Do it.
I love that guy. I think he's great.
He's hot on dry aging fucking just about everything.
He dry ages a bunch of stuff. He also has another channel called Sous Vide Everything, which is interesting.
Yes.
And then he... what was it he did? He bought dollar steaks. That was one of his most recent videos.
Yes, and he put it...
He had he cut up 3 steaks out of this, and then he dry aged one...
Pineapple juice
the other one, and then the normal one.
Yeah.
And the pineapple juice was the one that won.
Yeah. Those acidic fruits.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's why apple juice is usually a hot marinade too. Apple juice is just like a medium neutral wood smoke of the marinades. Like apple juice has enough acidity that it'll break down protein chains as well. Apple juice is just, you're getting a lot of sugar and it's high acid, so it does it faster.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it would have to be like not like store bought. It would have to be like fresh juiced apple juice. You know what I mean?
It works.
Well,
like
I mean,
Mott's. I've done like
if you're trying to get rid of the sugar.
Oh well, I mean, in a pinch, you can. I've used like the Martinelli's, like the glass jar apple cider with like all the sediment in the bottom. Just
I want to try the pineapple thing actually, and he only had it in there for a couple hours, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
That'd be really good.
What did he dry age it for? Like 45 days?
Yeah, I thought it was 40-something days.
Yeah. They didn't like it as much.
No. Well, it was, I mean, shit beef.
Yeah, well, that's probably why the
the dry age just didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah, his channel is really interesting, and I like watching it. And he actually does, the production value on his show is pretty good.
Yeah. And a lot of money. Like, I've seen him do, like, the Wagyu stuff.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are expensive.
Yeah.
He's throwing a lot of money into meat and
Uh-huh.
then generating the content. I got to remember to look up his Social Blade to see how he does.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's
I'm
some
curious.
of those guys, circle back to like the Goon Squad, those two kids out of Tennessee, probably somewhere near
The car
hashtag High
kids.
Ted.
Uh-huh.
A lot of those kids, when they're buying something salvage and restoring it, especially if it's near exotic car and bringing it back up to OEM, they sell it. Those two kids
Are keeping them.
have kept damn near every car that they've ever fixed.
Yeah.
And some of those, like the Lamborghini and the Ferrari, we're talking like even at salvage, were 100,000 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
For a salvage title?
Salvage title. I think the Ferrari was over $1,000, and the Lamborghini, I don't remember.
Oh, over 1,000?
Or not 1,000, 100,000.
What?
Yes, they're still insanely expensive.
Where are they getting the money for a salvage title Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Right, and so they've got a GTR, they've got a really hot end Mustang, a ZR1 Camaro, they've got the Ferrari, they've got the Viper.
The Viper, that was the Chrysler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a Z, a 370Z with like a drift.
I don't think I've seen that
wide
one.
body kit on it.
Uh-huh.
A kit car.
And they have pickup trucks and a trailer and all that
and they
shit?
just bought that truck, the Denali diesel. So they've got probably 8-something cars, and I locked into about $500,000 in cars.
Yeah.
And they haven't sold any, and yet they keep
buying.
They keep buying cars.
Where's the money come from?
I'm like, fuck, where is this pit?
Is this coming from the YouTube channel, do you think? Like a monthly income?
I don't know if they make that much on content creation. They
cover the cost
the cost of the cars and the parts. And a lot of that has to be front loaded, because when they make their episode content, they're like, if they're not daily, they're every other day, which means they ordered the parts probably 3-4 week, 2 weeks earlier. So they're they're fronting cash.
Well, also they're getting stuff like not gifted, but they're
some of that happens too.
Yeah, they get stuff sent to them from.
Put this on your truck.
Yeah,
it's a fucking train horn or something. Whatever they just put on there, it was really loud.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
that's an interesting thing. It also seems like, well, you're building all these things, and if you're hanging on to them, if your channel ever tanks, you got something you can sell off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you've got this slew of cars that you've built.
Yeah, and they seem to have a working model. They also just bought like a commercial space where they're going to put a bigger garage, because they're
the hell.
I think they started running into a problem in that they're in like a garage at like their parents or one of their houses. So they're starting.
And that was a big garage.
Yeah. So I think they got busted for commercial and a residential kind of thing, because they're cranking through, and they got tons of cars. Like we're running a business out of here. So they bought a piece of property.
Well, that's interesting, because you ever watch Chris Fix?
Yes.
He basically runs his channel out off of his parents' driveway. And he just posted a show where he has 5 million subscribers now.
Wow.
So I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like putting cars up on jacks and like replacing things, and I don't know.
Wow. Where's he out of?
Somewhere back east, I'm guessing.
I just saw a thing too that Ninja signed a deal with Adidas.
Ninja
is the Fortnite.
Oh,
Halo.
Really?
Content. Yeah, Twitch guy. Well, he moved over to Mixer, but
I heard that
signed a deal with fucking Adidas. Just money, and he's got
to do what? Wear Adidas coat.
Yeah, his like merch is now all Adidas branded.
So everything he wears on the channel is Adidas.
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
They probably get like a quality uptick in, because we bought Xander last year for Christmas, one of his hoodies. but it like shrank.
So
Super.
now it'll be an Adidas hoodie.
Now whatever he gets as far as there will be Adidas gear, probably better quality products, not like a Teespring.
We're not sellouts like that.
Yeah, no. But his slogan is like time in.
He has a slogan.
Yeah, the brand, like the catchphrase for the promotion is time in. Essentially, you have to get where you want to go. You've got to put
the time
in.
Uh-huh.
You got to. It's all about time in. I'm like, that's a good message. That's clean. I like that. It's true.
Yeah.
It's like you want to get it. Nothing gets you there without putting time in.
Just listen to The Rock. You got to be the hardest working guy there. That's what he always says.
I believe that.
He's a very positive kind of character,
He
too.
just got married, too.
He did?
Yeah. A long-time girlfriend.
Damn it.
In Hawaii. Fuck that guy.
I want to go to Hawaii.
I know.
Next summer.
Me too.
We're planning on it for next summer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking the kids?
That's the plan.
You want a tip?
It's going to be one of these things where,
Don't take the kids.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. We've been talking about it for too long, though, to not take them. But it's going to be one of these things where it's
Just send it to your son in an email. He'll never know.
By the way, can you feed the dog? We're in Hawaii right now. What? No, I mean, that's actually kind of a goal of mine, is to take the kids to Hawaii. It's just never happened.
Are you already looking at an island?
Oh, we would go to Maui for sure.
Fuck you.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the goal. Is next July, I want to say we're going to try and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were looking at there's a show on TV last night, and it was like the top 10 pools around the world, and one of them, like the number 2, was like some big hotel in Lahaina.
No.
And it wasn't really that cool of a pool, but I was like, oh, I wonder how much that place is. It's like some Hilton place property, and when I looked it up, it was $4 signs, like that for a night. Like, oh, really? So it's like $1,000 a night or something?
Fuck off.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen.
No.
Commoner price, not gonna happen.
Right?
Like, and who?
Who?
That's not my speed anyway. But like, who goes all the way over to fucking Hawaii, Maui?
Yeah,
and then goes, I'm gonna sit by the pool.
Yeah, no, not at all. Well, that's one of the things I don't like about Lahaina is the beaches there are very tiny.
Yeah.
They're just really narrow, and I'd rather be over in Kihei or something like
all
that.
Day.
All day.
All day.
I told you that story about my boss, right?
Yeah.
Oh
my
gosh. Yeah.
All day.
All day. And he's over there right now, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
He walks from his house.
I mean, I love everyone at AJA.
He walks from inside his house, which is probably open to the outside, and he goes through the backyard and goes over a little thing, and he's on the beach.
Have you ever done vacations with other families? Or you guys usually just go out?
We've done some camping trips with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not like usually if we go on a vacation kind of thing, it's like us or it's our in-laws go or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Would Raj and go?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, we're just planning on the 4 of us. Yeah. And if, like, boyfriends and girlfriends want to go, they got to pay their own shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's way too expensive. You got a place to lay your head when you get here, but damn it, you're paying for your tickets. Yeah.
Will you do a timeshare or a hotel?
Well, we don't have a timeshare or anything, so it would probably be like a condo or something. Yeah. There's a specific place I'd love to stay. Again, I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
That's just, it's a great place. It's right on the beach.
Well, nowadays with the fucking, not the, what's the Uber of, I'm totally drawing a blank. The Uber of
Lyft?
Hotel, home shares, homestays.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too.
I keep thinking bed and breakfast, but that's not what it is. It's a.
It's not Home Away, is it?
No.
No. Someone in their car right now is screaming.
Oh my God! I cannot believe I cannot.
It's called blah blah blah. You know,
Homestays.
It's the only thing that's coming to mind is Travago.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Truvia. Stevia? Is it a prison?
Is it a prison?
I got it in there.
But yeah, so that's kind of we've been talking about it. It's kind of our goal. And it'll be one of these things where it's like, hey, we've booked these dates. So if you need to get time off work,
go. Do it.
Better do it. Better start planning for it.
Daddy's full throttle. This is it.
Yeah.
Bookend.
Yeah, it's like we can't like him and haw over fucking what days everybody can do something. Here's the days Hawaii is available. You're either on board or you're not.
You're here or not. Yeah. I want to say Venus might have been a couple weeks ago. There was a really good right in Kihi, like a fish and chips place, Alexander's. I want to say it was Alexander's.
I'll have to ask.
It was right by the main beach, right there when you come right down by there's a big whale art piece and the grass, and they rent surfboards right there. It's
I think I know where you're talking about.
Very newbie surfing learning spot. And there's a really good breakfast, early lunch place, and then on the other side of the street was it was painted blue. It was called Alexander's, and they had monster fish and chips.
Yum.
And in the times that we've went, I think they had actually changed owners, and their patio they did all in that Trex.
Oh yeah.
So they had picnic tables and benches that were all made from that Trex wood plank stuff. It was all really nice. The food was still the fucking same. It still tasted great. I think Venus said they closed. The new ownership game over. No.
That sucks.
Man, that was like a staple. We would hit it for at least one meal because it was this is what we do. We do that thing here, and then have breakfast multiple times at that other just greasy spoon diner. God, huge portions, huge pancakes.
It has been way too long since I've been to Hawaii. I think the last time I was there was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea. It's been way too long. And then before that...
So both the kids are not...
No, just Shannon and I went.
Oh.
Yeah.
And neither child has ever been to...
No.
Oh, wow.
I know. That's what I'm saying. This has kind of been a goal of mine to get them to Hawaii. I want to stay as many days as possible kind of thing.
What an experience that'll be. Because they'll both be... Yeah. I think it would even be different between the last time we went and taking Piper if we went in the next year to 2 years. It would be different because she knows she has Xander, probably not so much.
Yeah.
But the young child, under 10 kind of thing of Piper's age, and now going back as a young lady adult, the absorption of, it probably would be like a brand new experience.
Yeah.
Well,
the first couple times I went was high school time.
Yeah.
With the family, we went for 16 days each time. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Long enough that you get to know the local kids.
Oh yeah.
Because we were into skating and skimboarding and surfing, obviously, but our staples were skimboarding and skating, and that's how we kind of found my boss's house was from skateboarding. Because the kid that lived there had a ramp out in front, which eventually would become my boss's house, which is kind of funny. But so we would meet kids skimboarding all the time at right out in front of the condo where we were staying.
Yeah,
meet kids from the condo, meet kids that were locals. I mean, it was pretty cool. In fact, one time my brother, because he had pretty blonde hair, I think he got punched in the face by a local somehow and got chased into the lobby of the condo complex. It was kind of funny. And he was all rattled, and I wasn't with him for whatever reason. Normally we were together all the time, but he comes up to the room and he's like, "Oh my God," and I just got punched and chased to the elevator and
some guy named Dwayne Johnson.
well, they were like local Hawaiian kids or something, and they just didn't like the fact that he was a white blonde-headed dude, or something. I guess I don't know. Wow. I don't know what the whole story was there, but we would meet all kinds of people, and it was really cool. In fact, we would, from where our condo was, you could walk down there was several beaches like in a row that sort of connected together, and there were hotels down at McKenna area.
Yeah.
And we would just go in the morning, walk down, and there was a hotel that used to be called Stouffer's, and I can't remember what the name of it is now. But it's really big, and we were walking down to Stouffer's, and we're see this girl on the beach, and it's like, Michelle? And it was a chick we knew from high school, was standing there on the beach.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just small world shit like that,
How bizarre.
Yeah. So we would go to Stouffer's and go up to the restaurant and have breakfast,
Ah.
That was cool stuff.
Yes, and then Mai Tais.
Well, I wasn't old enough to drink then.
Well, but now you are.
I am, absolutely.
Now you get the good Mai Tais from Monkey Pod.
I can't wait to go. It's been something that's been in the works for a few years.
That'll be awesome.
So, we'll see.
We are at time.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I have to shit now.
Yeah, poo in Hawaii will do that to you.
All right. Well, I'm glad this was less problematic from the last show, because a lot was going on last week.
Yeah, it's good to detox.
Yes. Oh, my gosh, yes. I was sitting in my cube today just thinking about the whole thing. And, I just get emotional about it. The things that I saw, that video that plays in my head, it's not playing as often.
Yeah.
But, man, when it plays, it's a hit.
Yeah.
It really is.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Rough.
That's
yeah, I don't want anybody to have to deal with that, but
I got to remember to put a camera, a dash cam.
Oh, absolutely.
On my list of to-dos.
Yeah.
I got to get that.
And the anchor one we got was awesome.
The ROAV?
Yes.
And that's I think that's been deprecated.
I think the one we have is called the C1, but they have a newer version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would recommend the ROAV for sure.
I'm going to put that on my to-do list. New cameras.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
Well, let's shut her down.
Shut it down.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. We will catch you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.